Here we at. All right. Welcome back, baby. It's your boy Mo back again with another video. Week 4 is upon us, y'all. Week 4 is here. Depending on what team you're rocking with, that might be a good thing. It might be a bad thing. It might be a little scary. I know I'm a little frazzled. I ain't gonna lie. My team is amazing, but we don't got Joe Burrow, that piece that's needed. So, I'm a little worried. But nonetheless, man, week 4 is here. Let's do a little recap. Let's do a little recap of week 3 real quick. Week 3 was horrible for me. I got 6. I went 6 for 10. Right, I hit 6, got 10 wrong. The ones I did hit on, I'll give you all my picks: Bills, Commanders, Falcons, Packers, Patriots, Rams, Colts, Bucks, Bengals, Texans, Seahawks, Chargers, Cardinals, Cowboys, Chiefs, and Ravens. Okay. Now a lot of these, like the Ravens and the Lions, I said I was picking the Ravens, but I didn't like that pick because the Lions, they offer something that a lot of other teams don't offer with their matchups. So part of me was like, I think the Ravens could win this, but I didn't. It wasn't enough possibility, or it wasn't enough for me to just pick the Lions, if that makes sense. I didn't have enough feeling in my heart to be like, yeah, the Lions got that. But they dominated. They dominated the mess out of the Ravens. And then you got some picks like, let me think, the Falcons. The Falcons got murdered 30-0 by the Panthers. Who saw that coming, right? So a lot of these, man, I was going by heart. Nothing. I don't think anything really told anyone that some of these teams were going to lose or some of these teams were going to win. But the ones I did hit on: the Bills, Commanders, Colts, Bucks, Chargers, and Chiefs. So we got some redeeming to do. You see, we updated our record. We're 35-19 right now, which isn't bad, but it's still not great. So, man, we got some work to do. We got to get better, all right? So week 4, okay? Let's hop into week 4. There we go. So, now I missed the Seahawks and Cardinals game. I was slacking a lot. It's been going on this past week, so I apologize on that. But nothing about the Cardinals should have told anyone they were going to beat the Seahawks. Although it was a lot closer than I would have expected it to be. But I mean, it was a really, really good game. But nothing about the Cardinals told me they should have won that game in the first place. So I would have had the Cardinal or the Seahawks winning that game. Now, early game, 9:30 in the morning, Minnesota Vikings at Pittsburgh Steelers. They're in Dublin, I believe it is. Now, so if you watched the Bengals and Vikings last week, Vikings, they were killing it. More so defensively. Offensively, they had a couple plays, but they weren't amazing on offense. My issues here: defense, can you bring the same intensity? Those takeaways they got, offense, can you do enough? Now, I do not believe in the Steelers' defense. They got some pieces, but I don't believe in them. TJ Watt hasn't been able to be a factor. The secondary is horrendous. Linebackers, you know what PQ is going to offer you, Pat Queen, but he's not. I don't think he's healthy right now. He's not doing his job right now. So Minnesota can take advantage. Get some, well, because you're definitely gonna have Ramsey on Jettas, but now Jordan Addison's back. Is he going to be ready to make an impact in this game? Is he acclimated enough to perform? We don't know. I just know I don't believe in the Steelers defense. So, and I don't want to make it seem like the Steelers defense is trash or anything by that nature, but they're not what they should be right now. I don't know what the issue is. Is it a cohesion issue? I don't know. I don't. Are guys banged up and just playing through it? I don't know. I'm sure we'll hear more about it later, but as of right now, my heart wants to tell me the Steelers will be able to pull that out like they normally do, but my brain's telling me it's got to be Minnesota. It's got to be Minnesota. I've seen enough Pittsburgh football to be like, yeah, You think they're down and out, and then they pull it through. But I don't know. I think this might be a little too much for the Pittsburghs to squeak by on. I think the Vikings will pull that one out. Game 2, Philadelphia Eagles, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, I feel like I've learned my lesson with picking against Philly. We know what they can be, but they have yet to be that. We've seen what Tampa Bay continues to be. I haven't been overly impressed with Philly's defense so far this year. Did them releasing a lot of those guys they let go, did that backfire? I don't know. But if I'm going to pick an underdog this week, it's got to be Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's too good for me to bet against. Philly, they're a good, solid team. They're not amazingly on defense like they were last year. Offense hasn't been producing like we expected from last year. Saquon hasn't been utilized to the degree or the nature that you would expect from him at this point in the year. So maybe they're not running him as much purposely. I don't know. But we're not getting the championship Philadelphia Eagles yet. So I'm going with Tampa Bay right now, man. I love Baker. Emeka Ibuka is an amazing receiver. You got Chris Godwin's back. There's just Tampa Bay's too good at this point for me to say they're going to lose. At home. They're at home as well, so that's going to factor in for sure. Next up, we got the New Orleans Saints, and we're not even going to play around with that. Josh Allen versus, I don't even know who's their quarterback now. I don't even know who's quarterback for the Saints right now. It's not even worth noting. The defense is awful. Offense is just, if not worse. We're not even going to play around with that. Buffalo's not a perfect team by any nature, but there's no answer for Buffalo's offense on the Saints defense. And the Saints offense is its own answer because they're not a good offense, if we're being real. So we're going to skip that. Next game, Browns, Lions. Can Browns repeat their defensive performance from last week? I don't think. Not against this Lions team. Not against this Lions team. I think what we saw last week with the Browns and the Packers, the Browns exposed the Packers for, I don't want to say it that way, but for being frauds, if I'm being real. The Packers have been overrated for whatever reason. They were favorites to come out of the NFC for some reason before Micah, and then they get him all they're guaranteed the Super Bowl. I don't understand it. I've never saw them as a dominant, great team. Like, they're good. They compete, but they were never in the conversation with Philly, Detroit, even Tampa Bay, who was somewhat in that conversation last year, but definitely in that conversation this year. I don't see the Packers in that top three. And I would probably consider those three the top three teams in the Rams. The Rams and the Rams and the Buccaneers, they're both kind of like, they'll bounce back and forth between third and fourth, but they're both in that conversation. Green Bay, they're below all of them, in my opinion. I that's just how I feel. That's how I feel. Jordan Love's cool. He's not perfect. He's not a star. He's not elite. He's not one of these top echelon type quarterbacks. They don't have top echelon type receivers. Josh Jacobs, I love. I do love me some Josh Jacobs. I don't know if I call him top echelon running backs at this point, but he's not far out of that conversation. He's not out of that not too far out of that conversation. But I don't believe in the Packers, and we'll get more into the Packers when their games come up. But this is why I believe Cleveland did so well, because I don't think the Packers were that legit of a team. Now you see what the Lions did to the Ravens last week. I believe in the Lions for sure. I've loved the Lions I'm a Bengals fan, but I believe in the Lions for sure. I think the Lions are too good offensively and defensively for the Browns to be able to. They'll try to be competitive. Like, compared to the Ravens game, the Ravens and the Browns 2 weeks ago. They'll be competitive. They might hold them down a little bit, but eventually Detroit's gonna burst up and go ham. So yeah, my money's on Detroit. Sorry, Cleveland, you're just not there yet. And it's not even a Flacco thing for me, honestly. I love Flacco. I respect Flacco. They don't have enough on offense. Judkins is cool. I like him as a nice little running back, but he's only really played, what, 2 weeks right now? No, this will be a second. He's only played one game so far, so we need to wait and see more from him. No, maybe he's played two. I don't know. It don't matter. We need to see more from Judkins. Judy's cool, but is he a number one receiver? I don't believe so, personally, but and then outside of that, who do you have? Njoku's not what he used to be. Is that it? You know, Fanning's cool, but is he going to be a top tier guy? We don't know yet. It's way too early, but we'll see. So I do think Cleveland's on the right track to be competitive again, but they don't have nearly enough. Next up, Tennessee Titans, Houston Texans. I'm taking the Texans. Titans are a mess. They are they are a mess. The boy Cam Ward has been sacked a lot. He's thrown a lot of picks. He's got talent. He's a natural athlete, but I don't know, man. There are a lot of issues. Is Brian Callahan just not head coach material? Because we've seen that from good OCs before. McDaniel from the Patriots. He wasn't a good head coach either. This is why he got fired. So maybe Callahan's just not a good head coaching candidate. But Tennessee is a mess all around. Houston's not much better, but they are better. Defensively, Houston's elite, 10 times better than the Titans. Offensively, they have a lot of issues, but I just believe in the Texans more. They have more for me, and Houston or Tennessee's lacking a lot. Next up, we got the Chargers and Giants. Yeah, it's not even a conversation. Chargers. I don't like all the hate Russell Wilson's been getting. I don't like the lack of acknowledgement or the disrespect that Jameis Winston's been receiving. Jameis hasn't had opportunity at all, and I believe he can still play. I don't think Russ is washed. I think the Giants are just a horrible team. You watch that last game, everybody wants to harp on Russ's passes. If you're asking me, I don't feel the offense of the Giants did enough or made any real attempts to get open when Russ was in the pocket getting rushed, and he had to sail it out of the back of the end zone. The one pick he threw to the right corner of the end zone to Malik Neighbors, that was a pick. You look at Malik, he didn't really make an attempt on that ball at all. He just sit there and just fanned the defender and just stood there and watched. You know what I mean? He made no attempt to bat the ball down. He didn't come back for the ball or anything. He wasn't truly a jump ball. It was short a little bit, but Malik could have came back and made an attempt is what I'm saying, and he didn't. So I think the team gave up. I don't think it's a Russell Wilson issue because I don't think him putting on that show against Dallas was a one-off. You know what I mean? Guys didn't want to play against the Chiefs for whatever reason. And it was a competitive game. They had an opportunity to win, but a lot of a lot of the guys, and you watch those replays when Russ is sailing it out of the back of the end zone and that, guys aren't really trying to get open. They're just jogging, going through the motions. And it bothered me watching it, but then you hear all the criticism on Russ, and I'm not one of those guys. I still believe in Russ. I want Cincinnati to make a trade for Russ. And I don't know if I believe in Jackson Dart yet. Everybody talks about how great he was in preseason. Bruh, it was preseason. You try to diminish some teams about how good they look in preseason, but prop up this rookie quarterback on a nasty, bad offensive team and tell me how great I don't understand it. Against the Chargers, I don't think he has a chance in hell. If I'm being completely honest, I don't believe he has a chance. Chargers got that. Chargers are too good. Chargers looking like a real playoff contender right now. I'm not going to say Super Bowl yet. It's too early. You know how they play in a regular season. I don't see it going that well in the playoffs. Maybe another first round exit for the Chargers, but they'll put on a show during the regular season for sure. So my money's on the Chargers there. Giants. Giants are like Tennessee. They're just not a good team. They have some good pieces, but they're not a good team. Coaching might be a big issue for them too. I think Dayball should be on the hot seat. But yeah, Chargers all day. Sorry. Next up, we got Washington. Now, this one's a very intriguing and interesting game for me. I don't believe in Mike Penix. I don't know if I believe in Marcus Mariota, but I think I believe in Marcus Mariota more than Michael Penix. The problem arises, you got no Jaden Daniels for Washington. You got no Scary Terry. I don't know who else might be injured, but I know those two pieces are out. You're going to have to rely heavily on Deebo Samuel. McCaffrey, you're going to have to rely on him a lot. Zach Ertz, if he's healthy, you're going to need a lot of Zach Ertz. Atlanta has a good, solid defense. Not playoff worthy, I believe, but still a good defense. Commanders, how good is your offense without your two major pieces? We're going to see. But on the other hand, Commanders, how good is your defense going to be against Bijan Robinson? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you put the ball in Bijan's hands, if he gets 20 to 30 touches, I feel comfortable saying the Falcons can win that game. You allow Mike Penix to throw 30 plus times, I'm going to say, nah, I don't believe in Michael Penix. I don't believe in your number one receiver being Drake London either. I just don't think he's that good. I don't think he's a number one receiver, in my opinion. This one's very hard for me to pick. Defensively, I think I'm leaning more towards Atlanta. Offensively, I think I want to lean more towards Atlanta as well, based solely on Bijan Robinson. And they got some nice receivers as well, but Michael Penix leaves a lot to be desired. So yeah, we're gonna go Falcons. I don't like it's like the Ravens and the Lions last week. I'm picking the Falcons, but I don't like it. All right, so we'll see, man. Hopefully we can get some more continuity, some fluidity on that Falcons offense to make them more of a profound team. But I don't see it. There's too many flaws on both of these teams at the moment. I don't know if I believe in Washington. Last week might have just been a one-off. I don't know. But I don't think even with Jaden Daniels or Scary Terry that Washington has been looking amazing this year. Has been looking like they did last year. So I believe Washington could win this game, but right now I'm going to just go with the Falcons. Next, Panthers, Patriots. This is another interesting game. If the Patriots fumble like they did against the Steelers last week, they don't deserve to win. Can Carolina perform like they did last week? I don't know. They pitched a shutout against the Falcons, who I think are a good offensive team. Are the Panthers just that misunderstood? Are they just that underrated? I don't know. They had no passing touchdowns from Bryce Young, no rushing touchdowns from Chuba Hubbard. I don't know. My head wants me to go with the Patriots. I love Bryce Young. I do love Bryce Young. I think he's been let down like Tua. I put Bryce Young in that Tua Tagovailoa conversation. Came out of college super hot. He was a good quarterback. I think poor coaching, poor team structure, you know what I mean, player management, all of that was poor on these two teams when these young guys came in the league. So I think they were set up to fail. And now they're trying to finally build something in Carolina. They're not there yet, but they're giving him a little more help, a little more line, more targets. like people to hit on. I think Carolina will be good. They're just not there yet. So right now I got to ride with the Patriots. Let's see. Next up, Colts Rams, which is another really good game, but I'm going Rams. I like the Colts. Danny Dimes. I don't want to disrespect Danny Dimes, but I really don't believe in Danny Dimes. If I gotta be real and blunt, I think he's playing on borrowed time. I don't think he's good. I mean, he's been playing good. I don't think he's an actual good quarterback. I don't think those issues you had with New York are just gone. I don't think. I don't want to sound like a hater, y'all, but I don't believe in Daniel Jones. Um, I think offensively and defensively, the Rams are just too good. The Colts defense definitely is a lot better with Lou Anarumo there. Shout out to Lou, but I don't believe the issues Cincinnati had with Lou are just gone because the Colts are a better team than the Bengals are. But they might be. They could be. I don't know. I don't believe it yet. We'll see. Are the Colts a playoff team? It's too early to tell. They could be the way they're looking right now, but we'll see how the back half of the year stacks up. Like, maybe they're just on a high right now. I don't know. We'll see. But I think the Rams are too good. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Rams. I almost talked myself out of it, but I'm gonna stick with the Rams. Rams over Colts. Next up, Jacksonville Jaguars. Jags and Niners. That's another one. Purdy should be back. I believe he is playing. You give me a heavy dose of CMC, and I believe San Francisco walks out with that win. Jacksonville's been good this year so far. Niners defense has been banged up from what I understand, but you still got Fred Warner. Nick Bosa's out. You don't got Drake Greenlaw. A lot of these staples that were there anchoring that defense before, but I can't not pick the Niners over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Like I'm just gonna have to take that on the chin if they lose, but I don't believe there's a scenario where the Niners should lose to Jacksonville. I don't think Jacksonville can outplay the 49ers at all. Next up, Baltimore Ravens, Kansas City Chiefs. This is another tough one for me to pick. I'm going to go just with the home team. They're underdogs at home too, which is crazy. I'm going with the home team. I'm picking Kansas City over Baltimore at home. I expect a lot of Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's going to have his way. Lamar Jackson's going to have to put the ball in his own hands, and that's where it's going to lose them the game. They got Worthy's back this week, I believe, for the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs might be able to pull out. I don't expect this to be a high scoring. I mean, it very well could be. I don't expect this to be a high scoring, amazing game. I expect it to be low 20s. Chiefs squeak by on a Harrison Butker field goal, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe the Ravens kicker misses a late game win. I don't know. But I don't have enough faith in either team to be like, yeah, I got them over them. But I do expect a lot from Derrick Henry this week. And I just think the Chiefs at home will find a way to pull out the win, whether it be refs help or whatever the case may be. But yeah, my money's on the Chiefs. Next up, Vegas Raiders and the Chicago Bears. I hate this game. Gino has been making me very ill. Like watching Vegas has been very disheartening and upsetting. But I don't believe in the Bears. This is another situation. I'm gonna just go with the home team. I don't like the Bears. Yeah, amazing game against the Cowboys, but it's the Cowboys. You know what I mean? Vegas can't be horrible all year. They got to turn it on eventually, and I think the Bears are a good team for them to do that with. Brock Bowers is still Brock Bowers. I don't know if he's still banged up or if he's good to go now. I think I don't like either team, so I'm gonna just stick with the home team. If I'm being real, I'm gonna just ride with the home team just because they're the home team, not because either team impresses me more than the other. I I thought about it, but no, I was sick with the home team. Next up, we got the Green Bay Packers and Dallas Cowboys. Pack all day, go pack, go. Not because they're that good. Dallas is just that bad. If I'm if I'm Jerry Jones, I want to sell the team. There's no there's no way with his pride he'd relinquish any real control. Not that I think Steven Jones is any better than Jerry. I think Steven's a chip off the old block, but Jerry's just going to run this team further into the ground. I I don't think Mike is going to have that amazing of. He might have an amazing game. I don't, but I'm not seeing Micah being that effective in this game. I just think the Packers just got too much going for them, and Dallas has too much going against them. So that's why I'm going with Green Bay. Green Bay is the better team. Green Bay is the better team. I don't think it'll be a lopsided victory. I think the Packers will come out winning. They might win by 7.5, maybe. I don't know. But Dallas is just that bad, if I'm being honest. Jets, Dolphins. We're gonna go Dolphins at home. You'd think eventually that offense would have to get its act together and pretend like they're the fastest offense in the league, right? A Chain, Tyreek, Waddle. You would think they would just. I don't know though. I don't know what the issue is in Miami. Eventually, I don't know. I don't know what to say about Miami. I don't know what these issues are, where they're stemming from, but there is a big disconnect. Maybe they should trade Tyreek Hill. Maybe they should get what they can from him. I don't know, but the Miami has a lot of issues. I just don't believe in the Jets just yet. I don't. I don't remember if Justin Fields is back yet or not. Tyrod Taylor won last week, but do you believe in him? I don't know, man. Maybe this will be another. I'm going with Miami just because they're the home team because the Jets aren't garbage either, but I don't know if I believe in them. I don't believe in Miami, so maybe they'll get some kind of sway, some kind of pull because they're the home squad. I don't know. That's a tough game for me too. There are a lot of these like this where it's like just flip a coin because that's the only way you're going to really determine who's going to win. Nobody's you can't see anybody shining over the other, right? So I don't know. Last game, Monday Night Football, Cincinnati Bengals, Denver Broncos, y'all. Now, okay, I'm struggling with this one, y'all. I'm struggling. Part of me, I believe in my Bengals. Okay, I don't want to pick them. I don't want to pick the Bengals just because I'm a fan of the Bengals. I want to pick the Bengals because I think they're the better team. Defensively, I think we're so underrated. I don't think we got any takeaways last week. I think that hurt us. First 2 weeks we got a lot of takeaways. I don't believe in Denver. Defense is solid. They have been. Offensively, I see Bo Nix giving the ball up a lot to us. I could potentially see Bo Nix giving the ball up to the Bengals. What Jake Browning is going to show up though is going to be the Jake Browning from 2023 who went out there and lit it up. He went what 4-3, I believe it was when Joe Burrow was out. Made us 9-8. I just can that he doesn't have to be Joe Burrow is what he needs to understand. But I want people to understand. He don't need to be Joe Burrow. Just go out there and don't turn the ball over. That's it. Make good throws or run the ball. You're athletic enough. Just run. Get 3-4 yards on these runs here and there when you can't get your guys open. also utilize those guys. You got Jamar Chase. You got T. Higgins. You got Mike Gesicki. Noah Fant's injured with concussion this week. He will be out. You got Chase Brown. You got Taj Brooks, rookie running back. You got, Mitchell Tinsley came on. He's been lighting it up, making play after play for us. We got so much. Jermaine Burton hasn't been seen yet, but he's there too. We got so much. Use these options, man. Use them. Drew Sample has been coming up big for us too. We got to make magic. We just have to. Play calling needs to be a lot better as well. Zach Taylor needs to relinquish play calling duties and give it up to Dan Pitcher. Let Dan be the OC. You just be the head coach. I think Zach is a little too conservative. Zach isn't as creative as he should be. Sometimes he wants to go sling it. Sometimes he wants us to just go hard and just put points on people's heads. Is he going to be scared of Denver's defense and be conservative and passive? We'll see. But again, Denver's defense is legit. It's the offense I have the issue with. You put Pat Surtain on Uno. Okay, it'll be a back and forth. They'll come out even. Uno's going to get his. Pat's going to stop a lot. He might get a pick or two, or a pick. I hope he's not targeting him that much where he's getting 2 picks. But he might get a pick covering Uno because of a bad ball or whatever the case may be. But again, who on the other side is going to stop T. Higgins like we saw last year? Who on the other side of Pat Surtain is going to stop T. Higgins? Nobody. They ain't got nobody. And then again, you factor in Mike Gesicki. You factor in all these other receivers we got. Yoshi, Jermaine Burton. Come on. Use these guys. Spread that ball out. Run the ball. We're scared to run. Line hasn't been amazing. But we're bailing on the run way too quick, too. Like, give Chase Brown a chance to run. Give Taj Brooks some run out there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Denver's a Super Bowl caliber defense. They're good. I don't think they're that much better than our defense. I don't think the Broncos defense is better than the Bengals offense, even with Jake Browning leading it. So my pick in Denver. And this is based solely on who's going to win the turnover battle, right? Who do we think is going to win the turnover battle? Because, like I said, the Bengals have been very opportunistic with the takeaways so far this season. And the Broncos, you know what the Broncos defense brings. So can the Cincinnati's defense hinder the Broncos offense more than the Broncos offense hinders the Bengals defense or Bengals offense? I'm sticking with my squad, y'all. I'm going Cincinnati with the upset. I think this 7.5, that is crazy to me. I don't like them odds. I think it's disrespectful to the Bengals, but we'll see. We did get the doors blown off last week against Minnesota, but I don't think Denver is a Minnesota's type defense. I don't think Denver's on that level. They got Pat Surtain. You got Nick Bonito. I can't think of anybody else top tier elite caliber of mention, but they're a good coach defensive team. But I don't think they're gonna be able to perform like the Vikings did. Wishful thinking though, right? But that's it. That's my week 4 right there, y'all. Let's see. Let's do it again. So we got Vikings, Bucks, Bills, Lions, Texans, Chargers, Falcons, Patriots, Rams, Niners, Chiefs, Raiders, Packers, Dolphins, Bengals. Those are my picks for week 4. Wish me luck, y'all. I need all the luck in the world because my last week was awful. But those are my picks for this week, man. Let me know what you guys are going with for next week. Love and appreciate every last one of you guys. Until next time. Peace.